Okay, I think the live is working. So this is a mission we did earlier tonight with some Mirages and F-16s, and my friends with the F-16s had difficulty dropping CBU 97s, so I'm just going to go test to see if it works. I haven't modified the mission. I know that the radar warning thing that I wanted to happen during the mission didn't seem to happen at the right time, so we'll see what it does this time. Basically, the radars are supposed to be off as we approach the enemy airfield, and as we overfly the airfield, of course, it's like they wake up and we have to go drop our things. So I'll take 831 because it attacks the SAMs first, and then the other waypoint will be for the AAA, and hopefully that works pretty well. And so you'll get to also see some nice Greek F-16s. So let's look at what it looks like from the outside. That's what it looks like. Oh, got a friendly helicopter flying by. I like to fly without the labels. Remove that. So we'll be playing 831 for this flight. There's a nice little Humvee in front of us, sort of doing its thing. We're going to start our systems. Going to put the lights on steady, but since I'm alone, I'm going to turn them off. I don't need to power anything on that side. I'm going to set my air-to-ground weaponry to pair here, and that's the only thing I have, so that's good. Going back to nav mode. I shouldn't do this, but I'm master arming ahead of time. I'm gonna set my, I think I have ECM, right? Yes, I do have a pod. So I'll set this up like that. Have to set this to manual, I believe. Just gonna test my ECM. Yeah, it seems to be working. The little green light came on. So we're ready to taxi. We'll turn the nose wheel steering on, make that little green thing here. Oh, and my profile for my joystick. I'm gonna check because I don't think it loaded properly. Does this thing break? No. Okay. Need to go in my profile. Make sure it loads. Oh, it's the wrong plane, so that explains that. There. There. Okay. Let's go back to my cockpit, see if I can brake with my joysticks. And yes, I can. Like that. It can come to a stop. Good. So since this is a demonstration, I'm just gonna take off without following proper procedures. Hopefully I have enough runway to do that. Let's do it. And we're rolling. Full afterburner. And we're airborne. Gear coming up. Gear is in. And we're going to head for steer point 1. So we've got a nice acceleration going, 540 knots. Gonna go back to air to ground because on the target I'm gonna want to use CCRP. So we'll go with that when we're going there. Hopefully it'll still be on for the target waypoint. Nice scenery, isn't it? We're not here to watch the scenery. We're going to head for the next waypoint. And we'll do so by hugging the ground. Yeehaw! So I'll follow like that valley there to the left.
Altitude. Altitude.
Little lakes, lots of trees, nice mountains. Nothing on the RWR, so it means the radars haven't seen us yet. That's what's supposed to happen.
Altitude.
We're supposed to go surprise them.
Altitude. 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 Altitude.
When I look in the distance, it looks a bit hazy.
Altitude.
I don't recall seeing that last time I flew the mission. I don't know if it has to do with the cockpit reflections. It's just weird. So I'm 32 miles away from my initial point for the targets, but I will probably turn in towards the target at about 13 miles, 15 miles or so. So we can see the distance to waypoint right here.
Altitude. 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 Altitude.
Bottom right of the HUD, navigation information. We can find the same information in here. If we look like that, there's a waypoint there, the other ones are there.
Altitude. 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 Altitude.
So 18 miles.
Altitude. 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 Altitude.
Still have a lot of gas. We're at 15 miles. I'm going to switch air to ground. I'm going to drop my external fuel tanks. Boom. Okay, and I'm on CCRP. I'm going to go to waypoint 3. And I'm going to do a pop-up attack. So I'm going to climb to Angels 5. I'm going to go full afterburner. Keep my speed. So I've got a nice little box ahead of me. Make sure that I've got master arm on. Everything should work now. I like to focus on the HUD to see that my flight path marker is on that line. Makes it more precise. So there. Can play left and right. I've set it to pair for the weapons, as you can see here. And so that's going to drop 2 bombs when I fly over that box that's ahead of us. It's close to that lake there. So now you can see up the top of my HUD there are 2 lines coming together. There's a circle that flashes. The bombs have not released yet. It's just warning me that it's going to happen soon. At this point I'm holding down the release button. I got the release button pressed all the way in, and I'm hoping that the bombs will drop once it reaches here the flight path marker, at which point it will flash and the bombs should drop on target. You see I deviated a little bit, so my bombs might fall to a little bit to the left. See, I just flew over the target, and that's when the radar is supposed to turn on. So I'm going to drop some countermeasures and dive down to the ground. And hopefully my bombs are going to hit just next to that lake there. So I'm going to turn my music on. ECM is jamming. And I hope my bombs are going to hit something soon. I'm going to switch to the next waypoint, which is waypoint 4. Hawk destroyed, Hawk destroyed, Hawk destroyed. That means the SAM site is destroyed. Now I'm going to try to go destroy the AAA. I'm going to climb back up again. I might be a bit too close to do that. Let's see if I switch to CCIP, if I can do a manual run on it. It's right underneath me, so it's going to be a bit tough. I'm going to change direction. Gonna look below me. Okay, it's right between the runways there. Okay, I see it, but it's gonna be a tough one. I'm at 10,000 feet, turning around, looking at the ground, bringing the plane on target, diving towards the target. You can see there's a lozenge in my HUD that points on the ground where my target is. Sorry, it maneuvered a lot, but it's that dot on the ground there. And so I'm going to bring my pipper over that and drop my bombs. They're off. Moving away. Let's see what that does. I'm going to go to the bomb view. You see, those are the intelligent bomblets falling to the ground. They should pop open right over this thing here. And this AAA gun is going to get destroyed. It's on fire. It just blew up. And that's how it's done. And now I can switch to steer point 5 and get out of the area. If I wanted, I could even turn my gun on, go back to the side of the lake where I had my hot missile site. I could put the pipper on them and make sure I get a good gun run on them like this. Guns, guns, guns. You can see that if there had been anything left to destroy there, I would have had it. And then we turn the guns off, zoom back out, and we're heading back home. What's my fuel state? 47. Nothing to it. And so this was my little video to prove a quick point. Hope you enjoyed watching it.